They did it again. Apocalypse is not very good. He's not terrible, if I had to be completely honest. He looks really good visually. He has very nice looking skills in terms of the animations, and he's very easy to play, but he just does not move the needle at all in a meaningful way. And that's the biggest issue by far with the game lately, is that they're releasing all of these characters and there's really just nowhere to use them because they're not very good. And it definitely hurts more for some characters than other characters. Imagine how upset people would have been if Sentry was bad, for example. These characters take a really long time to build. And so rather than focus the video on, reviewing Apocalypse as he is, like, I'll show you some clips here. He's not bad, but on the other hand, he's just not very good. He's just not very good. And this is the issue. He should be overwhelmingly good. You have to go and play him in World Boss 10 times to unlock his biometrics. Then you have to build him up. He's very expensive, like close to 100 million gold. This is a character who is similar in cost to Jean Grey. Remember how good she was? How she literally dominated the meta for years? And she's still very good. My build is not bad. It's a mind damage 180 proc. He still does mind damage, mind you. He's level 80. He has an ISO 8 set. He doesn't have his artifact, but it just gives him revive, so it's not a big deal. There he's got HP, physical energy attack, and 1 Odin's Blessing. This is what the stats look like. He's obviously missing quite a bit of crit damage, but it is what it is. You know what we can do? Just to be fair, we can go ahead and slot in some crit damage. Odin's Blessings. I'm obviously going to be removing these soon because of how underwhelmingly mid Apocalypse is, but sure, we can go ahead and slot some of these in, go back here and do this, and I'll show you what it looks like here. Okay, so there we go. It looks a little bit better now. 175%. It's only off by 25%. Okay, sure, whatever. But it basically just comes down to he's not very good, and you'd rather just build Hulk. You would rather just build other characters, other characters. Let's go take a look here. Remember how Human Torch was one-shotting stage 60 of Gore? Remember that, right? He was a transcended character who was one-shotting stage 60 of Gore. Yeah, okay. So we're not gonna go to stage 60. We're gonna go to stage 34. Yeah, believe it or not, 34. And this is his best team up here with Green Goblin and Enchantress. You could argue maybe Sin is a little bit better, but it's like splitting hairs here, right? So remember, Human Torch at level 80, who wasn't meta but was still good enough because he was strong, was one-shotting this stage. Let's see if Apocalypse one-shots this stage. Okay, well, that's pretty good damage. It's not a one-shot. He's going to go into this next phase here. So, what am I supposed to do with this? This is stage 34. I went up almost 30 stages, and Human Torch one-shotted it. Right? What am I supposed to do with this? This is unacceptable. Right? It's just not very good. Oh, well, what about in PvP? Well, you're gonna make the argument that he probably needs his artifact, blah 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 blah. Whatever. He needs his tier 4. Sure, yeah, for sure. Let's just take a look here really quickly. Sure. A tier 3. Yeah, sure. It's a tier 3 sentry, guys. It's a tier 3 sentry. Let's take a look here. All right, so yeah, Cinnamon Man dies right away. Sure. All right. What's Apocalypse going to do? Character release just now. All right, he's gonna get hit a bunch. He gets guard broken. He gets guard broken, and he's dead. Chain hit damage reduction, 40% max HP. Right, a bunch of support abilities. Just flops around like a fish. Just flops around like a dead fish. That's cool. It's just, there's no point in me showing you the actual character because he's just not very good. Here, let's take him into GBR. Fine. We're going to do a GBR solo here. I've used this to test out level 80s before. He's got type advantage right now, which is huge. It's just, this is upsetting. He's not very good. He's not bad. The most upsetting thing is that he's not bad. And I think some people are going to confuse that with Well, if he's not bad, then he's probably pretty good. No, 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 sweetheart. That's not how it works. He's not good. He's not good, and he ought to be good because it's just kind of bullshit, right? It's just kind of bullshit. So here we go. Let's try with this Valkyrie team. I don't know if Valkyrie is better or worse than Enchantress. The elemental damage is very, very good, but on the other hand, Valkyrie has, like, you know, a support artifact, etc. Let's go ahead and see here. We're gonna proc. Okay, we get about 25 bars of damage. Sure. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. All right. I didn't expect him to get through this phase quickly anyway, so I'm not shocked here. We'll hold the tier 3. You can technically get the tier 3 to charge up every second rotation if you cancel everything. So you do, you know, 2 cancel 1, cancel 3, cancel 4, cancel 5. And then you proc there, but you do have a... Oh, okay, we're going to pop the tier 3. You do have a slight chance of missing your proc. But that's fine. All right, there we go. 40-second phase 1, guys. Just completely normal for a native tier 2, tier 4. Yep. Let's go ahead and proc on the tier 3, which... By the way, the tier 3 has just about as many hits as the 5th skill. So, yeah. Some pretty cool stuff. Some really cool, enjoyable stuff here. If you feel like this fight is, I mean, I missed my proc there, but if you feel like this fight is going in slow motion, yeah, that's because I'm playing as Apocalypse, right? I've only missed one proc, and yeah, it just, we're already what, 2 minutes into this, basically. Yeah, okay. We're a minute and a half. Type advantage, solo run, native tier 2, yeah. 180 damage proc with elemental damage. Like, it doesn't get much better than this for him, for an obelisk. Obviously, I can give him a CTP, but yeah. We did this with Gwenpool, I believe with an obelisk, and I believe she outperformed this. 2 minutes, guys. 2 minutes. I haven't seen the 7 in a GBR clear in a long time. The number 7, I haven't seen that in a long time for a character. Listen, we're at the point where if they're not going to put effort into these characters, why should we put effort into reviewing them? I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to take a break maybe from the channel because, like, I don't want to take a break, but at the same time, this is really pissing me off. Like, look at this shit. Let's take a look at this rigged voting, okay? This rigged voting that they did, and take a look here, okay? Let's take a look. Okay, this guy, piece of shit, garbage tier 4. This guy, piece of shit, garbage tier 4. Piece of shit, garbage tier 4. Piece of shit, garbage tier 4. Like what are we doing here? Like what are we doing here? You did one good job, and that costs money, right? You did another good job, and then you did another good job. So your record is, like, you're 2 and 3. And I didn't even talk about Apocalypse. Excuse me. The whole point of the video, I didn't even talk about Apocalypse. Piece of shit. So your record is 2 and 4. It's 3 and 4 if you count Psylocke, but it's a seasonal uniform. It's a paid uniform. So like, it has to be good. You guys would be absolute, you know, the biggest idiots in the world if you didn't make this good. So I don't even count this. So you got, for every one good character, that means we have to get 2 bad characters. Like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing here? This is just, like, so lame, dude. Why did you guys make this voting poll? This is so annoying. Why did you guys make this? To just disappoint us? Like who is making these characters? Fire them. Fire them. You give them their Chuseok bonus, and then you fire them. These people don't know how to play the game. They are stupid, and they don't know how to build characters. They don't know how to make characters. All right, this is Apocalypse versus Jean Grey, a tier 4 who has been in the meta for years but no longer works because of, you know, better characters. Okay, he dies right away. Oh, and look at that. When he was doing damage, he was doing 3 damage. You know why he was doing 3 damage, guys? Because he can't do any damage to Jean. Fucking America Chavez does more damage to Jean than Apocalypse because he does elemental damage and he doesn't have any penetration. So nothing happens, and he just does 0 damage to characters like Thanos and Jean. Like, what are we doing here? This character is useless. So here's what you got to do. This is a very fast 30-second fix for Apocalypse. You see on his tier 3 skill how it says 80% chance to penetrate, super armor, barrier, shield, all immune, invincible. You take that effect and you put it on his uniform. Just slap it on. Just 80% chance to penetrate all the time. No cooldown, no 7 seconds, just all the time. He needs an 80% chance to penetrate everything. And then what you got to do is you got to take the heal that he has on his 4th skill, that 30% heal, and you move it onto his 2nd skill. It should be on his iframe ignore skill that he uses because he doesn't have any passive healing. All of these other characters have insane passive healing, or they have heals on the skills that have iframe ignore. You know, if you don't want to do that, very simply, you give him Thanos' healing. All right? There's no reason why he shouldn't have the same heal as Thanos. When he gets hit, there's a 20% heal that activates every 2 seconds. Just give him that heal right there. Just give him that heal. And then last thing you got to do is you got to give him a damage proc, right? It's not that difficult to do. Just add a damage proc so that he can pass it on from one skill to another. You can see here Gladiator on his 5th skill. He has increased basic damage by 100% for 1 attack. Give that to Apocalypse on his 4th skill or on his 3rd skill that he can then pass on to his 5th skill. This is how you make the character actually good and actually, you know, people want to build this character. Because right now he is a steaming pile of shit and no one wants to build him. And you're pissing off literally every player. You're pissing off whales who want to build someone and have no one to build. You're pissing off diehard mutant fans. You're pissing off low spenders who had Apocalypse built for years and wanted to finally get some use out of him. You're pissing everybody off. There's no one group of players who's like, wow, Apocalypse is bad, I'm so happy. And those players are not spending money on the game anyways. It's honestly, it's disgusting. It's ridiculous that we have to beg for reworks for characters literally every single update because you guys cannot get this shit straight. I'm like, I tried to ignore it for so many updates and I'm losing my mind now. I'm seriously considering taking a break from the game because of this shit. This is embarrassing. So if you don't see a video from me tomorrow, you'll know that it's because I'm basically like soft boycotting this Apocalypse shit. I hate to use the B word here, but this is embarrassing. The devs have to get their shit together because this game is gonna die in the span of like 6 months if they keep releasing shit like this. If they screw up Null as well, I'm straight up out. I will take an extended break from the game if they release Null and he looks like this and he plays like this. This is a character from like 2020 or 2021. There's nothing on his kit. There's no auto healing. There's no penetration. There's nothing. There's nothing here, bro. There's nothing here. This is a character that was built by someone who has a lobotomy. Like these people who are reworking the characters, they don't understand the game. Fire them or put them in another department. Stop bringing the idiots of Netmarble Monsters. Stop bringing them to this game. They're drooling morons. Okay, they should be sweeping up the dust in the back rooms. They should not be working on these characters, these beloved Marvel properties, and just shitting all over themselves to build nothing. There's nothing here. The art department cooked, and then the balancing department came in and took a big fat dump. And I'm tired of this shit, man. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? I'm furious. Don't even get me started. This is another Doctor Doom situation, 100%. And I'm fucking sick of this shit. This shit has to stop now. I'm done. Anyways, yeah. Let them know, guys. Let them know what you think. That's the only way they're gonna listen is if everybody gets pissed off. So I guess we get pissed off now. All right. See you guys.